Top of the morning, brothers. Salute to y'all. Salute to Pookie Raven Show. I see you, pimping. Hope they're getting it in. I pray y'all are blessed and y'all are well, man. Everything is going your way. You be having your way. And life is a new adventure every goddamn day. Fucking around out here. I just watched Jet Black's show. Shout out to Red Lines. I missed that one. But Red Line shared the jump. And I saw it. I was like, damn. I've been busy trying to make shit happen, make shit shake around here. Don't worry, I ain't gonna talk about it. I'll just show you, you know. But Jet Black brought up a bunch of excellent points. One in particular was she won't have your kids and then get another man to raise them if that's what you want. I was like, damn. Now I'm a productive man out here. I'm a fellow brother, and I did everything in my power to motherfucking be, a cut above, that part of that upper motherfucking crust round there. And the bitch still ran off with the babies at the end. I said, ain't that a motherfucker? The thing I didn't want, the thing I feared the most, the hoe went and did the shit, right? And I was like, this ain't gonna fly. So court costs, lawyer costs. So many thousands of dollars later, they was like, nigga, you ain't gonna win. And I was like, damn. And it was something I had to eat that. I had to accept that part. But see, I fucked up with the selection part, though. Fast 4 years later, dipping in and out of the streets and mixing the clean money with the dirty and the dirty with the clean and finagling that shit through various accounts and investments, so on and so forth. Get what? Get what? I realized that it's just what they do. It's what they do. See, the average broad, if she's Western, is gonna have bodies. She gonna have bodies. Yeah, she gonna have bodies, man. You can't avoid that part. Now, how many is up to you. How many you can, well, as far as what you're willing to deal with. Something I discovered. It's been a slow process, but I still had to come to that conclusion nonetheless. Is at the end of the day, that bitch got to be a good fit for you in what you got going on. And a certain part of you has to be cold enough to dismiss her once you're done, when that runs come to an end. See, man, we like our routines. We expect certain things, especially once we've given an expectation to the bitch and we've built in her mind that this is the way shit got to be and this is how it's gonna go, this is how it's gonna flow. But the reality of it is, the hoe's looking for the next adventure. In order to keep a Western woman today, you have to be the right amount of toxic and chaotic at the same damn time. You have to play a game, a mind game that makes no sense to the average man, but a game none the motherfucking less that keeps the bitch somewhat entertained and on her heels, never knowing what the fuck going on. But the average jump got bodies under her belt. And if she's, what's the word for it? Authentic enough, she'll tell you exactly what the fuck she been doing before you ran across the hoe. You just gotta know which questions to ask, right? You gotta know how to interview her properly. I'm not preaching ism, but I am preaching awareness of what to do and what not to do. Because to keep shit a whole thou wow, everybody ain't gonna go overseas. Some people gonna stay firmly nestled and snug as a bug in the rug right over this motherfucker. I think you should go overseas, but that's not gonna be the case for everyone. When you interview the jump, you start off with light, light probing. You know what I mean? Until you get down to the real nitty gritty of what the hoe been doing. Prime example, most likely, even though it wasn't legal, that hoe been fucking since she was 14. And whatever age you met her at is the age she is right then and right there. Hell, we all grew up around the same time era and time period and era and shit. And I remember in eighth grade there was bitches sneaking behind the bleachers way back then, and we weren't shit but children. Now, were they doing and copying behavior they saw? Possibly. But most of these hoes, by the time you run into them, they got bodies. Keep in mind, hoes don't count good times. Oh yeah, that was just, one night. Oh yeah, well that was just, my birthday. Hoes done had trains run on them. Hoes done had miles and miles and miles of pipe laid before you ever met that bitch. And she ain't never gonna tell you about none of that. Because in the West, they have all kinds of protections. And those protections ultimately allow her to be the best host she could ever be. If in the end she still ain't shit, well, that just lets you know right there that bitch won't never gonna be shit. Never, never. At the end of the day, a lot of these broads have been run through completely in totality before you even saw the hoe. She was already run through. Watched the video of a young brother owns a couple gas stations out here doing his franchise thing. Bitch comes in, hits him with the whole attitude. He was just being friendly to the bitch. You know what I'm saying? Trying to have small talk with the bitch. But that hoe's demons were raging so hard, she couldn't even motherfucking smile. Yeah. Kevin Samuels, smile. She couldn't do that. And then she blew up on him. I'm just saying you did this and there, ooh, and go smooth fuck off. And he's looking at her like, what the fuck is juice, bitch? I'm just doing my job. And in case you don't know, I own this gas station. You coming in here getting a pickle and chips because you got struggle food in your mind. And I could be the man that changed your whole life. But the bitch couldn't hear him because them demons was talking. Yeah. They was raging real hard. The hoe was full of venom and piss and anger. You know what I'm saying? And she couldn't hear that, man. She ain't want to. Well, that's the average bitch. That's the average Joan out here. You want to know why some brothers have such hard times dealing with these hoes? Well, that's because that bitch just ran through when she got demons. Keep that between us, though. She can barely contain that foul shit in her head now because she's exposed herself to everything and anything out in these streets. And she's looking for a man to tame all that. Yeah, yeah. Tamp all that down. Control what she can't even motherfucking control. Strange, ain't it? I know. I know. Can't tell you why she did what she did and or when she did it, but she did it for a reason. That reason could have been I was broke, or that reason could have been I'm late. I'm in a situation, Nate. I'm gonna be a little late on this rent here. But she did it nonetheless. See, whenever you deal with hoes, like bona fide hoes, at least them hoes know you know where they coming from. So there's a certain honesty there, transparency that you can't get from the average woman. That's not a stomp down hoe, right? One that's 10 toes gonna be straight up with you and let you know, well, this, that, and the third. These other jumps out here that's, you know, cosplaying hoes. Well, them the ones that probably got more bodies than that hoe, that real hoe, that money making hoe. The average bitch can put herself out there over and over and over again and get used up. And then when she gets discarded, she's like, it's not me, it's you. Not wanting to come to not want to come to terms with the fact that nah, bitch, it was you the whole time. Most of these hoes got secrets, bodies in a closet, deeper than a fucking cemetery, and they'll never tell you, never, because you didn't ask the right question. Being too thirsty, jumping out here and not pleading, but willing to do Herculean efforts for the pussy, put you in a fucked up position. It does. It does. I noticed the way we all were taught, but nah, you don't do that. You don't do that. You don't do that. No. Not praising them, but Pookie and Ray Ray figured this thing out a while ago. So did Bad Brat. Yeah, yeah. Treat a bitch like shit. Treat her like shit, and she'll love you. For all those that want the warm, confident embrace of the supposedly more feminine and demure sex around here, treat that hoe like shit. Treat that bitch like she don't exist. When you do that, you're speaking a language. Yeah. Be nice to her here and there, not all the time. And she'll be more loyal than a dog. Yep, yep, yep. That's about it. That's about it. Because no matter what you do, say, or think, I guarantee you that whole mama that pimped on her harder than any motherfucking Mac ever could have. Mhm. Made her feel responsible. Made her, you know, take care of all kinds of things around here, the house and these bills and shit. Made her the head bitch in charge, but just under her though. So you're dealing with a broken product, damage beyond all repair. For real. She look good. She hit the gym. She works out. But get what? Get what? That bitch got bodies because she uses her body. Out here to get what she want. And what she want ain't a good man. She wants an experience. But it won't be until she burns out, she flames out that she'll choose that good man. And that's just how they roll. Keeping everything secret and secretive. Never tipping a whole hand too motherfucking much, because if it did, well, if they did, it might disgust you. Ill. Ill, bitch, ill. You got more pipe than the Holland Tunnel run through you. And you want me to kiss you in your mouth? Get the fuck out of here. Doubtful. Because they don't want the judgment. They want the experience, but not the judgment. Anyway, I'm a hop off and make space. But yeah, it's your boy, it's your brother, it's your cuz, it's your aunt, it's your nephew. I'm still out here and I'm still just looking, surveying the landscape, and I'm listening. I'm listening. Will give you everything you don't want. Everything. I like what the maestro brought up, Jet Black, the teacher. If you don't want another man raising your kids, well, that bitch gonna make sure that's what happened. If you want to be a stable father, she's gonna try to destroy that. You go to school, you take these classes, you study STEM, and you build yourself into this mighty fucking man just for the hoe to come around and ask for half. Why? Because that's what the West says she can do. I watched one video of one bitch that said her husband was the best definition of motherfucking everything perfect. And guess what she did? She left him anyway. Because in her mind, I can be out here, get dick down and be a hoe. But if I still can get half, I can survive and live off that. Nasty, dog. Nasty. And the next man to meet the bitch and be like, oh, she got it pretty good. Well, here's the secret. Everything that bitch flossing, she got from a man. Yeah, she got that from a man. How she got it was by hook and by crook, but she got it nonetheless from a man. Her little extra, you know, she's showing you, well, that's her little extra. You can sign yourself up to be the next sucker, or you can just treat the bitch as she deserves. Either way, that's on you. Anyway, watch her from the shadows and staying out the way, y'all. There's many lessons to be learned from this shit here. Bro, it just gets nastier as the years go on. Anyway, I'm gone. Due diligence, comments. Yeah, these hoes. We both know. Pookie ratio, we both know. These lessons are for the youngins, for real, for real. They need this early. That way they don't get caught. They don't get caught in that motherfucking trap. Sugar spice and everything nice with a twist of fucking nasty wretched shit. And then she wants you to kiss it and kiss her in the mouth after she been run through. Yeah. Had more fucking deletions than nah, I can't say that. Yeah. We know we know what we're dealing with. The youngins, they don't know. So it's good they get these lessons early. You dig? You brothers be easy. Be at peace. And never doubt it for a second. That bitch got more bodies than the morgue, Slim. More bodies than the morgue. But she wants you to wife her up now. You can. But she may dust your ass off too. You dig? Be careful out here. Be wise in your choices and your decision making when you picking your next bitch. You know what I'm saying? Your next companion around here. Because if you met her and she's single and ready to mingle, well, get what? Some other nigga did too. Yeah. And he threw her away. Why? Chances are something wrong with that hoe. Anywho, I'm gone, y'all. Be easy. Peace. Fact. Fact. I'm out. Yeah.